Vinyl community, how is everyone? Mr. Bizzarro is back with you again. I wanted to show some vinyl. Today's Kurt Cobain's birthday, and I figured it'd be cool to break out some of my vinyl, Nirvana stuff, and some of my CD stuff. Some of the CDs I have are cool. They're imports and rare, harder things to find than what you typically see on the shelf, because these were all bought in the day, the 80s to the early 90s when they came out. We had a cool local record shop that had a lot of imports and stuff like that, so I picked up a lot of cool stuff in the day. So let me show you what my Nirvana stuff is. The vinyl is it's all recent repressed stuff. All these were remastered, and they all sound just great. So we're starting with Incesticide. Great. Could call it a compilation. Multiple drummers and all kinds of ideas, varied, but nonetheless cohesive, considering. That could be because I've been listening to this album for so long, and its order that it just makes sense now. And this is that hazy kind of clear. Move on to, I have the original cassette of this. I should have broke that out too. And on the cassette, I believe it says, it might say it on this too. On the cassette, it says that they paid something like $750 for this album, have it recorded and mastered. Funny. It's my favorite album. It's hard. It's heavy. Real punky. It's got a real grittiness to it. I love it. Bleach. We move on to the the groundbreaker, the one that set them on fire, at least in the masses' eyes. We all knew about them already. So Nirvana, Nevermind. This sounds really good too. Another remastered LP. Came out in the last few years, I think. The last 3 or 4 years these albums came out. Finally, for the vinyl, have In Utero, their final album. Angst-filled. I thought it was a gatefold. And very heavy. Looking back, it was kind of his homage, his goodbye. Right when he died, there was well, it affected a lot of people. It affected me. It affected a lot of my friends. Not completely unexpected if you kept up on the news and his troubles and things like that. I remember listening to that cassette a lot in utero after he passed, and just you felt bad. You felt the pain along with everybody else. It sucked to lose somebody that had such talent and skill to well, who knows exactly, mental, drugs. Who knows what it could have been? Nobody can say except for him. And he's not here to tell his story. But let's continue from here. I'd like to show you some CDs. Let's start. I'll just start with the studio ones. These are all original presses, so show them to you just now on vinyl. But I had these first. I never got the vinyl in the day. Wish I did, but in the early 90s I wasn't listening to vinyl anymore. Where's the rest? Okay. And Bleach. So a friend of mine had given me this when it came out. He's no longer with us, so that's cool to have that. It gives me cool memories. This I bought. It's funny how you can just look through the things you have, and I just have clear memories of a lot of these purchases. I bought this from a friend of mine, Don, back in the early 90s. He didn't like it, so I gave him a couple bucks for it, I think, back in the day. This actually, since it's so long ago now, I'll just admit that I stole it. Somebody had it, and I wanted it. And this was it's like one of their demos. See the little punch hole in it? So this was an early one. This also has the secret track. See, the real early presses of this CD have that secret track way at the end after the album's over. That has it. So, in utero. Oops, shit, man. Wrecking my OG CD. Okay. That's because I have an extra burn copy in there that I usually take with me to play. So I don't have to play these. In utero. Here's their live one. I'm pretty sure this is posthumous. From the muddy banks of the Wishka. It's great. Tight live stuff. You don't see a lot of tight live Nirvana stuff. So here are some cool imports. So this is the Jesus Lizard and Nirvana. Nirvana songs Oh the Guilt. And the Jesus Lizard songs Puss. This is cool. That's Canadian. Some of these imports. Here's another one. This is French. This is heart-shaped box. And it also has Marigold on it. Remember the one that Dave sang? And Milk It. This is French. Yeah, this still has the original in utero sticker that came with it. I could never bring myself to use it. Just wondered why I should have used it. Then I wouldn't have it now, right? This is an Italian press. This is all acoustically, they called it. This was really the MTV Unplugged show with some extra tracks. Pretty cool, right? Here's some comps and some weird ones. I wish I had 1 and 2, but I don't. This is Outcesticide 3, the final solution. And there's just a lot of odd stuff. Some of the stuff you know, some of the stuff you don't. There's some compilation ones on here. Curmudgeon, Alcohol, Beans. Remember Beans? Where he speeds his voice up and he sounds like a little weird baby or something. Here's one with William Burroughs. This is basically a William Burroughs poem, I guess, or one of his stories. It's a story. It's one of William Burroughs' stories with Kurt Cobain's crazy, like, guitar effects in the background while he's telling his story. This is an EP or a maxi single. I'm gonna call it a maxi single. Smells like Teen Spirit. Says smells like Teen Spirit, even in his youth. What's that last one? Oh, Aneurysm from Nevermind. And our final one is, I think it's the maxi single. Yeah, it's a maxi single as well. This one's Lithium. And the letters are so small here I can't read it. So this has Been a Sun and Curmudgeon. So, there you have it. My Nirvana collection, as it is. I guess that's about it. It's been a while, so I'm kind of rusty at making videos. So I have to excuse the stammering and whatnot. I'll be back soon. I think I'm going to start showing things from my collection in sets and trying to come up with an idea to start breaking out what's in my collection as opposed to just showing what I pick up, which is cool too, but I like to expand the channel a bit. So from Mr. Bizzarro here at the Lair, you know, like I always say, if you don't know, all you got to do is pick up that phone or that computer now. If you don't know, just learn.